Patterns of light and dark of horizontally layered soil decorate sections of I-90 west of Missoula at 9 Mile. This geological artwork describes the rhythm of the ancient lake bed, the comings and goings that compressed the dark mud and light-colored silt into the lines and pages of the Glacial Lake story. Have the Rhythmites revealed the entire story? The answer is still being debated.
A rhythmite really means a sequence in the rocks that repeats itself over and over again. What happens is in a rhythmite is we have a period of time where the water's going very fast and it carries big material or bigger material. And then we have a period where the water slows down and it drops smaller and smaller material. And in a rhythmite, this pattern repeats itself over and over again. It's rhythmic, so that's where the name rhythmite comes from. So Lake Missoula had several different rhythmites. The first one that we see in Missoula and the surrounding areas are the varves. And these are very common in glacial lakes. So in the summer, when the glaciers are actively melting, you have meltwater, it's carrying a bunch of rocks that are ground up by the glaciers into rock flour. And that rock flour is flowing out into the lake and it's getting deposited on the bottom of the lake. And it makes this big, thick, white deposit, the rock flour. And then the winter comes, it locks up the ice, the supply of the rock flour is cut off, and over the winter we deposit much less material. It makes a dark band, and then the next summer the process repeats itself. Those rhythmites are how we're trying to back out just how many times the lake actually filled and flooded. When we first put out the story of Lake Missoula, we thought it was one time. Then J. Harlan Bretz wrote a paper not too much longer where he said it filled and drained 3 or 4 times. When I was going to undergraduate school, we thought it filled and drained about 20 times. The current thought is that it could be anywhere between 20 and 100 times. As time goes on, we find evidence of more and more floods. I think the most important thing about a rhythmite is that it is recording individual events. It can be thought of much like a tree ring. It records an event that is repeatable, whether that's seasonal changes in a lake or repeated flooding and draining of the lake. As I learned more and more, I learned to understand that there were all kinds of rhythmites in nature recording these episodic flooding and receding type sequences. So I learned to interpret these repeatable sequences, think about history, think about how long earth processes go on. It really just brings out how much history a rock can contain.
Post your thoughts and photos on Instagram with #Montana Natural History Center.